They also say that be the best so that those who will come after you will follow that.
It's Friday. Hello, welcome to yet another exciting edition of Let's Talk Ghana here on Studios 2 Television. This is the show where we put Ghana first in all of our conversations. Coming up on today's edition, Tema Municipal Council, or Municipal Security Council, sets up 5-member committee to probe the death of 2 fishermen in the area after alleged clashes with the Marine Police while at sea during the ban on fishing. Exactly what happened? We hear from eyewitnesses and also get details for you here on Let's Talk Ghana. And also on that very controversial happening at Adisadel College, Deputy Education Minister Reverend Tim Fojo, he's tasked authorities of the school to present a report to his table by close of day today to allow for the ministry take decisive action. We'll hear from him. This is Let's Talk Ghana. We'll also bring you details of the balloting of the NPP, which took place on Wednesday. Stay with us. We're back shortly to delve into the matters. Right then, you're welcome back to Let's Talk Ghana. This show airs every Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays on Studios 2 TV, on Facebook as well as on YouTube. We're going into our very first conversation for you today, a really worrying one, because 2 individuals, fishermen, they died yesterday, Thursday, at about dawn thereabout, according to eyewitness, after their canoe in which they defied orders on the close season to go fishing ahead of the Homowa season was run over by the Marine Police, who gave them a hot chase. That's according to eyewitness. It became a subject of intense debate and all of that, and with the residents vowing not to allow personnel from the Ghana Ports and Harbours Authority to be able to proceed and carry out their work amidst a lot of things. But rather unfortunate, let's just take a brief view as to when the bodies were being moved and the numbers, or sheer numbers within the Tema Metropolitan Assembly as this accident happened. So, unfortunate development there, but afterwards, there was a Municipal Security Council meeting which sought to find out exactly what happened, get details. We'll hear from the MC from the era, Johan Zashite, but the Ghana Ports and Harbours Authority, they've been responding. Abena Sewofosu is a PRO of the entity. She's been speaking to journalists after what transpired there. Let's take a listen to exactly what she had to say, because according to them, they've done nothing wrong, and the accusations being leveled against them by persons who believe or claim to have seen the accident happen, accusing them of killing their colleagues.
So I was explaining that we had 3 incidents for the night, and each time they approached them, they used the torchlight to alert them and let them know that they should leave the place and go away. With the third one, where the fishermen had actually cast their nets and they were inside, very close to a container vessel at T3, that's Terminal 3, they were cautioned. We actually seized their nets, and then the men were let go. So if they allege that they were being chased, why were they being chased? Because even those that were caught inside the port, they were not arrested.
All this happened this dawn?
Yes, all during this dawn's patrol. Those that were caught inside the port, they were not arrested. We only seized their net from them. So what would be the motive to chase them? Yes. And then we recognize that they are part of our operational enclave. We do know that they do this every now and again, even though they are very much aware that they are not supposed to fish within the port or anywhere near the anchorage. So it will be very heartless for anybody to say, I'm running after them and then crash into them. What will be the purpose? Unless they are a group of people you suspect are up to some other illegal activities that you would go after. But then during the night, there was no incident of any such for the patrol team to go chasing after them.
Okay. So first of all, do you have information from the Ministry of Fisheries that some fisher folk will be on the sea to get fish ahead of their upcoming festival?
We did not have any such information, but then we are not a fishing regulatory agent or authority. So even if they were out there at the right place fishing, we cannot go and arrest them. But this time they were actually fishing in the anchorage, which is an illegal place to fish. So whether or not they have a permission to fish, you cannot fish. The anchorage is not part of the place where you can fish.
So then when you saw them, there was an arrest?
We didn't arrest anybody. Because like we indicated in the press release, if when we arrest, we will let the chief fisherman know, and then they will come and caution them, and we release them. So even those that were fishing inside the port, there was no arrest. We only took the nets from them, and they went away.
So do you have cameras? I don't know how far it can travel to be able to trace what these people are claiming happened, also citing your officers for being responsible for the loss of the two fisher folk.
We have video. We do have a video of those that were fishing inside the port and the activity that the patrol team carried out. They had it recorded. The other ones at the anchorage, I do not know if there's any such a video to it. But like we are saying, we do record all our anchorage patrols. And therefore, what we recorded for the night is what we have. And there are 3 different agencies. And our story was further corroborated by the Ghana Navy personnel who was with us. So it defies reason for anybody to even think that especially when we are also involved in search and rescue missions, why would, if anything such happened, why would we even neglect the persons that were involved?
Do you suspect, madam, that this could be a fight between the fisher folk and not necessarily from Navy or GPH or the other group?
Honestly, we have had different variations to it, but we do not want to speculate because human lives are involved here. And some say there are 2 different factions of the fishermen that were fishing that night towards the festival. So we don't want to speak to what we do not know.
Final words.
Our final words to the public is that we are a very responsible government agency, and also we have very good relationship with the people at the new town. They can attest to this. So if we have any such incidents happening with them, we wouldn't be this brutal or this heartless. Yes.
Virtual.
Thank you.
Yeah, I was going to ask.
Sewa Fori is the public relations officer of the Ghana Ports and Harbours Authority. So afterwards, there was a Security Council meeting where the MC for the area, Johannes Ashite, sought to get an understanding as to exactly what it is that transpired. But after everything, a 5-member committee has been set up. They have 7 working days to get to the bottom of this so that all the perpetrators can be made to face the full rigors of the law. Johannes Ashite spoke to 3FM. We have been listening here at Studios 2 TV and been getting details as to exactly what he said.
I was at the scene, and because of that, we actually convened an emergency NESEC meeting so that we can really understand what happened there, unravel the facts, and then once we get to understand, then we know the next line of action. And I think following you, based on what you are saying, we have conflicting information from almost all the major stakeholders. So then we have to form a 5-member committee who are actually independent of all these groups, so that we can have an independent body who will be on the fact-finding machine, so that we can really understand what really went on wrong, who did not follow the process. Because normally, the task force that we have, who normally goes around the seas around these times, is a task force which is made up of the Navy, GPH security, and the Marine Police. They always move together as a task force. But almost everybody seemed to not to be taking a responsibility for this. So we've set up the committee so that we can understand who went there, with who and who and who. We want to understand what really happened. How come we had to lose these two unfortunate lives? And this is what we've done. We've given the committee, as part of the terms of reference, and 7 working days for them to finish the reports. And when the report comes, we'll make it public. And then anybody who is found culpable in this particular process would actually have to go through the full process of the law.
Have you interacted with the eyewitnesses of the area and then also the GPHA?
Yes, we've done. At MESEC meeting, we actually engage all the stakeholders, and then also the eyewitnesses too were also there. But this happened on the sea. Okay, it happened at dawn. I think it started from 1 a.m. and I think somewhere around 4 a.m. So this is something that happened on the sea. So those on the ground will only see the dead bodies that came. So we might not really be able to get the real information that happened on the sea from the eyewitnesses. But I have engaged all the major stakeholders in this. I've engaged the Navy, I've engaged GPHA, I've also engaged Marine Police. And based on what I'm saying, the information looks conflicting from all of them. So we need to get an independent body who can really go deeper so that we can really understand what happened. And then once the report is made available, then we could take anybody found culpable to the full rigors of the law.
Which persons constitute this committee you've established?
All right, so this happened at MESEC. So at MESEC meeting, we actually have CID, police CID. We have a rep on the committee. We also have NADMO as part of the committee because it's a disaster issue. We have fire service on the committee, okay? And then basically we have also reps from the assembly, and assembly is presented by the assembly lawyer, our counsel, on this matter. And we believe that this 5-member committee that we set up should be enough to be able to unravel what really happened. And all these committees are all independent committees who have got nothing to do with the issue as far as MESEC is concerned.
That's the MC for the area, and it's one thing that we'll keep a close eye on for you if you stay with us here on Let's Talk Ghana and the conversations around fishing, close season, and the likes. But we're moving away from this to another subject matter that we brought to you at the Adisadel College on Wednesday. Showed you the video of exactly what it is that transpired and the actions that were taken by the school. In the wake of all of that, in the last 48 hours, there's been quite a number of developments, including series of meetings at the Education Ministry and the likes. Well, yesterday, the Deputy Education Minister, Reverend Tim Fojo, he took a trip to Adisadel College and, amongst many things, directed the authorities, that's the management of the school, that yes, the Ghana Education Service asked you to investigate the matter. I want the report on my table today, the 28th of July. Present the report to me and let's know our way forward so that we can draw a code of conduct as a result of this to guide the behaviors of students in schools. We at Studios 2 TVs managed to get details as to that visit, including speeches by the school prefect, housemaster and the likes, and the Education Minister as well. Here's all of that in one beautiful package.
But then the Bible acknowledges that in all things we give thanks to God. So thank you for what He has done for us. And also, I'd like to thank you for coming today on behalf of the students here, despite your busy schedules, leaving whatever you have to do and coming to advise us. You have heard a lot of pieces of advice since you came to this school. Some of us might have heard and abided by them. Some of us too may not have listened. But then today, I'm sure that what you said has really gone into us. And for that matter, we promise you that from today onwards, things are going to change. Actually, we made up our mind that this year is going to be a legacy year. And so, as students as we are thinking of being transformational leaders. And so for what you said, we're going to turn on a new leaf and make sure that those who come after us will also follow. So we say a very big thank you for coming.
In many of the verses of your anthem, you would hear play up, not play down. You would hear be the best, and then among the best, and very, very inspirational verses. But they also say that be the best so that those who will come after you will follow that culture, will follow that tradition. We must resist every temptation of letting other things that do not represent Adisadel College to infiltrate. And therefore we are here to let you know that whatever that may have happened must be a turning point. I know by now that every lesson positively that you ought to learn from what has happened, you have received them. And you have taken your own personal decisions to do things differently in your own personal and individual capacity. Not just now as a 17-year-old boy or an 18-year-old boy or 16-year-old boy student of Adisadel, but considering yourself as a great statesman, as a great influential person in the future who will be shaping the course of this country. You must pass this exam ahead of you, and you must prepare, and you must be in positive spirits, and you must be motivated to ensure that you give us the best results ever recorded in the history of Adisadel. I have had the opportunity to interact with your friends from the Kwaku House, particularly the affected students and the students involved in the incident. And they have indicated to me the great encouragement they have received from you, the great support you have given them through these times. And that is the spirit of Adisadel. You have stood with them, you have encouraged them, you have never had occasion to stigmatize against any of them. Supporting yourselves means watching out for one another. And supporting yourselves means not condoning what is below the standard of Adisadel, and what is below the standard of Ghana Education Service, and what falls short of the great disciplinary codes that are meant to shape the bright future ahead of you. Supporting each other means not leaving room for cultures that are alien to the culture of the Ghanaian child, the culture of Adisadel, and the spirit of our Ghana Education Service, that of discipline, to creep in. Standing by each other means caring for one another, and resisting every attempt of letting exuberance take a better part of you. You are all good boys, and all the boys involved in the incident have done thorough background about them, and they're all very good boys too. And therefore, we know this will not occur again on this campus. Not just for the time that you're here, but even long after you're gone, because you are going to entrench a culture of discipline and a culture that does not condone substandard acts. And so entrenched indelibly that even long after you're gone, your juniors will follow suit. Never again to anything that will stand in the way of our bright future. Never again shall any student hurt the other. Never again shall phones be carried to schools. You don't agree with me on that? It's part of the rules. We set these rules to protect you. We set these rules to protect your future. We set these rules to preserve the great purpose that you have. So be law-abiding citizens, because today you may see yourself as students, but tomorrow you'll be the ones that will be in charge. So let us have this resolution that never again shall we condone bullying. Never again shall we condone indiscipline. Never again shall we condone anything substandard to the code of ethics, to the code of discipline, and to the great tradition of Adisadel College. God bless you.
Right then, so the details of the Deputy Education Minister's visit will be following this subject matter. Bring you details on it as soon as we have it. But we're going for a break. When we return, we're keeping track on the NPP presidential race. We'll just let you know what happened during the balloting. Stay with us. This is Let's Talk Ghana. Right, you're welcome back to Let's Talk Ghana here on Studios 2 Television. This is the show where we put Ghana first in all of our conversations. So if you've been following the show for the last 2 weeks, little over 2 weeks, I should say, over a month even, because since the filing process and the likes, just like we did for the NDC, we've been doing for the NPP as well, we've been providing you details of exactly what it is that's happening on the front of the governing New Patriotic Party. And on Wednesday, there was balloting for the 10 presidential aspirants who are seeking to lead the NPP, break the 8. Mind you, some persons have described that slogan as not making sense. Anybody who coined it, it does not make sense. That's KKD's words, not mine. But we're staying on the subject matter, and August 26th, the expectation is that they'll hold a special delegate conference where they'll trim down that 10 number to 5. And then from there, on November 4th, they'll vote to elect a flag bearer. Well, on Wednesday, a steering committee of the party, they met all 10 presidential aspirants, but not all 10 were present. 7 of them were, with 3 having their reps represent them. And so reps represent them, quite tautology, but so they are reps in their stead. And so all of that went on, the balloting process and the likes. And so here is the final number. We have a screenshot, a picture actually taken just when the balloting was done and the steering committee officials signed off. That picture is coming up on your screens now. And it's signed by Kwabena Abankwaya Boa. Yes, he's a vice chair of the committee. Cerebral Kweku of the EC was there as well, and then the director of elections of the governing New Patriotic Party there as well. So the numbers as you have it: Kennedy Ohene Japan, number 1; Alan John Kojo Chiramantain, number 2; Joe Gate, number 3; Kojo Poku, number 4; Dr. Uswe Fria Koto, number 5; Kwabena J. Japan, number 6; Francis Adainimo, number 7; Dr. Kofi Konedu Apreku, number 8; Boachi Chiramantain Jako, number 9, His Excellency Dr. Mahamadou Baumia, number 10. That's the list as you have it. August 26th, they'll go vote. We'll be there to provide details for you. That's if we're still around. And we'll get details for you as and when everything transpires. This is Let's Talk Ghana here on Studios 2 Television. This is how we end today's edition of the show. As always, a pleasure to bring you the very latest of things happening as we seek to ask the right questions, as always, and put Ghana first. I am Eric Maweneg, but I will return again on Monday with another exciting edition of the show. Many thanks for watching.
Studios 2 TV. The truth is here, in your eyes.